All I've got to say is, what a long, strange trip it's been. I've been looking forward to making this video for a long time. I quit weed for 365 days and reaped so many benefits I never thought I would. Turns out this long, slow dance with Mary Jane made me realize that I was putting a long pause on my entire life. I thought grass was something that was enhancing my life. Over time, though, at the rate I was doing it, man, it was too much of a good thing. Look, this is not an anti-grass reefer madness happening all over again in 2026. I'm sharing with you my raw, authentic story I had with quitting weed for 365 days. What were the short-term setbacks and what are the long-term gains that I'm now seeing from having gone through this experience? I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel you're in a position to take a long tea break or quit it altogether, this might be your sign. It was junior year of high school when the skunky smelling plant came into my life. It was a hollowed out apple core and a walk in the park at night that changed everything for me. I inhaled. Oh, yes, I did. You know, some people say they don't get high the first time they smoke. Not me. I was like Dave Chappelle in that movie with his 3 other friends walking to that convenience store. It was at that moment I found that missing piece in my life. It was the Maui Wowie. My life opened up literally overnight. In those first years with my relationship with the plant, it was boosting my confidence. It made me feel so good. I loved this feeling so much I wanted everyone else to experience it. I got into selling this lettuce soon after experiencing this. The occasional smoke stayed pretty consistent through high school. Even though I had my own supply on me, I knew I wanted to stay disciplined with it. I was an athlete at the time. I still am. I did not want to mess up my lungs. Until college came around, this is where everything felt like it was perfectly balanced. I was making tons of friends through the plant. Everyone and their mom was smoking. I was lifting consistently. I had a good diet. I was studying well. And I was partying, going out most weekends for 4 years. I was in great shape. I was socially connected, making money, and having the time of my life. From the outside, nothing looked wrong. Everything was fine in the world of Justin. Post-college years, this is where the true balancing act begins. After college, I got deeper into the party scene, still immersed in fitness, still living it up like the 20-something-year-old I was at the time. COVID years in 2020, this is when dependence creeps in. After 10 years of occasional use, this was the year that really kicked things off. No one was allowed to leave their home. I was working from home. I made my own structure by doing a wake and bake in the morning, going to work, having another session at lunch break, going back to work, getting off of work, having a session before dinner, having a session before bed, and unknowingly hitting that snooze button on my life. Going through a couple dieting phases as well during this COVID time, depleted my energy levels, it tanked my hormones. On top of already using that grass for sleep every night, I was putting myself in such a deep hole. After successfully completing my dieting phases, I was literally still feeling burnt out. I maintained shreddedness for about a year in 2024. Like I prefaced in another video, those behaviors that I was engaging in led me into ED treatment in a residential setting for 5 to 6 weeks. At that moment, I was actually forced to give up THC altogether. At that time, I was using 20 milligram THC edibles every night for sleep. I wish I'd weaned off of it like I've tried so many times before. However, this time was going to be so different. I was not taking the easy way out of this one. In the back of my mind, I was thinking as well, I really want to give this up. After 4 years of consistent use, day in and day out, using it for sleep, I've got to break away from this. Here are the withdrawals that I felt for the first 4 to 8 weeks after consistent use of Mary Jane for 4 years. My sleep was absolute dog shit. I was irritable all the time, feeling anxious, brain fog, fatigue, no motivation, headaches. I was literally hallucinating at times because my dopamine receptors were so fried and I was having such bad sleep. It was a living nightmare. However, I knew this was a temporary feeling. I was showing up every day for myself, going to groups, even when I didn't really feel like it. If I ever wanted to take a nap, I would. However, that would always end up with me shutting my eyes, staying awake for a couple hours, so it felt completely useless. Thank God I did not experience any lack of appetite, night sweats, or insane vomiting I would hear people would go through for their withdrawals. For me, it was just a constant state of brain fog, feeling like a shadow of a person, not being able to communicate with the world. And it was at this moment I knew that this long, slow dance with Mary Jane was about to come to an end. These 4 to 8 weeks of hell absolutely taught me that you have to respect Mother Nature. Moving forward 8 weeks, I could say that I was feeling a little bit more like myself again. These are my long-term benefits I saw from it and what I'm continually starting to see. I felt like my pause button was unpaused. Saving money, this is an absolute no-brainer. When you're constantly spending money, putting that aside for a zip, you're at the mercy of the plant. Also, I'm feeling healthier too. I love to have a good workout. Let's be honest, having anything in your lungs besides air is going to be detrimental to you. I'm feeling way more emotionally regulated. I'm not feeling anxious or irritable at the smallest things, nor do I feel like I need to alleviate my anxiety by having a little toke. I can sit with my emotions much better. What I'm starting to learn is that all you really need is a little help from positive thinking, positive self-talk, and a little help from friends to keep your spirits high. Make sure that they're not smoking around you. Here's another big benefit: clearer thoughts. When I'm not having any of the grass around, I can formulate sentences 100 times quicker. I could think on a dime like that. I'm still trying to recover from it after 4 years of daily use, I'm feeling like, but after a year, I noticed that my conversations flow much better. I'm not getting lost in conversation, not even 1 or 2 seconds into it. And my motivation is skyrocketed. I would say this took at least 3 months for me to get this back. I had put so many things off, long-term goals that I had set aside for years just to feel some short-term comfort. I am now taking action on. I am starting up my own fitness business. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I started up Instagram and TikTok. My life that I've been wanting to live was starting to open up for me. My numero uno for not having the gosh for 365 days was having my sleep return naturally. Having my sleep return naturally, I'm able to dream again. I'm able to have REM sleep. I gotta say too, when I was having dreams again, those vivid dreams came back full force. I was even dreaming about smoking again. My non-waking mind really wanted me to smoke again. I was like, nope, not today, Satan. I'm turning a new leaf this year for myself. I want to see where this takes me. 365 days later, I gotta say that this has been such a positive experience. If you are seriously debating doing something like this, do it. You will not look back. You're going to say, wow, I had missed out on so many opportunities. That comfort is going to be killing you and your goals that you have. I know you have wild aspirations in your life, and they do not involve sitting on a couch 24/7 eating Doritos and watching reruns of That 70s Show. Moving forward in my journey, I feel like I will keep going with this. I don't think I will want to experience the grass for a little while longer. I feel like after 4 years of consistent use since COVID, my brain is still, rewiring itself. I've made so much progress. This is a huge milestone. I want to see what another 6 months will do for me. Will I ever return to it? Maybe. I just know now that I really have to have respect for Mother Nature. Even if it's something that has never killed anyone in human history, you still gotta be respecting this. It's natural. That is such an ignorant statement. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with its own bad side effects. Cyanide is completely natural, but if you have any bit of that, that is gonna wipe you out. Lesson here, like I mentioned earlier, moderation is key, bros. Or if you need to quit it altogether, do that. You are latching onto something that is weighing you down completely. When you let go of this, it's like you unlock a superpower. It's like a cheat code that you had unlocked for life. Your goals are as clear as day. You can wipe that windshield clean. You will be far ahead of everyone else in your circle. You have to be present in your daily life and deliver on the daily. You have to be there for others. You have to be there for family. You have to be there for yourself. You have to learn to live without a daily crutch. If you had any kind of crutch, let that be your fitness, your food, and your recovery. You need your REM sleep back so that you can crush the dreams that you have in real life. Anyways, that's enough rambling on in this video. If you stuck around this long into the video, I highly appreciate you. If you feel like you got something out of this story, comment down below and let me know what you got out of this. If you feel like your relationship with Mary is starting to take an ugly turn, this might be your sign to give it up for good, or at least take a long tea break. Don't forget to also like this video and share this video with someone who is near and dear to you who might benefit from this. Subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on, because I will be dropping fire for my fitness fam on this channel once a week. Again, this is Justin Strobeck Fitness. Stay balanced within the force, stay well, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.